So, which should you buy? The Pixel 6a or the Galaxy A53 5G? Stick to the end. Let's start with the screen size, type, and resolution. The Pixel 6a has a smaller 6.1 inches OLED screen compared with the 6.5 inches on the Galaxy A53 5G. I must say, they both look very good, and I don't think anyone would have any complaint about either. Obviously, for content consumption, a bigger 6.5 inches should be better, but it's all about personal preferences. Now, the A53 5G has everyone's darling, the 120Hz refresh rate, but I couldn't really care about it. I stick to my opinion that this 120Hz refresh rate is a little bit overrated and it is just a marketing stunt in most phones, but that's my personal opinion. I'm fine with the 60Hz refresh rate, though in the case of the 60A, I've noticed a little bit of unresponsiveness occasionally, but I don't think it has nothing to do with the 60Hz refresh rate. Build quality. They are both made of plastic back, but the Pixel 6a has aluminum frames and the A53 5G plastic frames. I'm personally fine with plastic back. I still prefer it over glass back. I don't really care about the premium feeling with the glass back. I'm more concerned about durability. They both have the power button and volume keys on the right, but with different placement. At the bottom, they both have a microphone, one of the speakers, USB Type-C port. The A53 5G also has the SIM and microSD card slot at the bottom. The Pixel 6a has the SIM card slot on the left side, but sadly with no microSD card. They both have another microphone at the top and another speaker in the earpiece for stereo sound. The Pixel 6a only comes with 128 GB with no microSD card to expand the internal memory, and I don't really like this at all. And I think it is where Google made a big mistake with this phone. On the other hand, the A53 5G comes with 128 GB as the base model, but also another 256 GB variant, and on top of that, with the possibility of expanding the internal memory via microSD card on both variants. They are both IP67 water and dust resistant. When it comes to the battery capacity and life, the Galaxy A53 5G wins this one with a bigger 5000 mAh battery capacity plus 25 watts of fast charging compared to the 4410 mAh battery capacity and the 18 watts fast charging on the Pixel 6a. Based on my own experience, the battery life on the A53 5G is better. I wouldn't say a lot better, but better. However, the Pixel 6a battery life is not bad either, and it has a better standby time. The Google Pixel 6a has 4 unlocking methods: PIN, password, pattern, and an under-display fingerprint sensor, which in my case works really well. The A53 5G has 5 unlocking methods including Face ID and also a reliable under-display fingerprint sensor, though my favorite place for the fingerprint sensor is still on the power button. They are now both on Android 13. The Pixel 6a is expected to get 3 years of OS updates and 5 years of security patches, and the A53 5G will get 4 years of OS updates and also 5 years of security patches. Okay, let's talk about gaming. Once again, I'm not a big gamer and I don't really play too many high graphic games like PUBG or Genshin Impact, for instance. So, for some of the games I occasionally play, they are fine. You might notice some frames drops and stutters, especially after a long gaming session, as well as both getting a little bit warm as expected. Just and as I always say, these are not gaming phones, so don't expect them to perform flawlessly. Okay, time to talk about the cameras. When it comes to pictures, they can be very close for the most part, though I think the Pixel 6a is slightly better with slightly more appealing shots, especially with the selfie camera. With the Galaxy A53 5G, you can record up to 4K 30 frames per second with both cameras, the rear and the front-facing camera, but oh dear, this 4K and 1080p 60 frames per second video stabilization is still terrible. I had hopes that Samsung would fix this with the Android 13 update, but nope. So disappointing. I personally think this is one of the reasons why, in my opinion, the Pixel 6a is the overall winner in the camera department, even if it only shoots 1080p 30 fps videos with the front-facing camera, but the video stabilization with the rear cameras is very good in all resolutions. For more info and details, check out my camera comparison video between these two phones. To conclude, which one to buy? Well, if you prefer stock Android, camera is important to you, especially video stabilization plus nicer editing tools like Object Eraser. Better stereo sound. You prefer a smaller semi-compact phone, then the Pixel 6a should be your pick. Now, if things like having the longest battery life possible, the longest possible OS updates, being able to expand your internal memory via microSD card, a bigger and nice Super AMOLED screen, being able to record in 4K 30 frames per second with the front-facing camera, and you prefer the better customization Samsung offers, then the A53 5G is your choice. Okay, that's all for this video. Let me know which one is your pick. See you in the next one. Hasta la vista.